Okay, this looks like someone having a very bad time. I really wish it wouldn't make me do that. You guys know I have like a thing for like, I don't know, like bodily sounds and stuff. Like, why do you keep recommending I play these games? This is just to torture me, isn't it? Well, I can't just leave it open. Hello, and welcome to Therapist Plays Mouthwashing. All right, got a lot of recent recommendations to check this game out for its rich characterization and psychological themes. And you all did not disappoint. This is right up my alley. It's that perfect mix of people in an awful situation, pushed to do extreme things, and trying to understand why. And that's what we're gonna be doing on this playthrough, is bringing psychological theory and perspective and practice to understand, from what I'm seeing so far, what brings people together and also tears them apart, both between each other and between themselves. All right, I'm excited to get into this one, so I hope you enjoy. All right, let's do this. The Pony Express long-haul space freighter. Toolbar. Okay. 5 crew members. Planned shipment duration 382 days. Elapsed transit time 147 days. I hope this hurts. Okay. Is that the emotional place we're starting this from? I hope this hurts. Okay, well, fuck it. Let's get into character then. Who do I need to hurt? What did they do to me? What did they do to me? Because that's the mindset that I can imagine being in when I really want someone to understand. Don't think just because this is like therapist playing a game that this is gonna be like a healthy representation of mental health. In fact, it may actually be the opposite, especially if this is where we're starting from. So fuck it, I'm getting into character. Who do we need to fuck up? An orbital body has been detected 21 astronomical units ahead of the vessel. Okay. Please make a manual correction 1.4 degrees leftwards to avoid impact with unknown mass. Okay, this is like our console. Got a button. Can you push the button? It's locked. Shit. Okay. Steer right. Oh, we're fucking up everyone. Okay. Oh, wait, we're just like straight up gonna sabotage the whole mission? I don't know why, but I'm locked in. Let's do it. Extreme warning. Direct collision course with orbital body 1.9 units away. Engaging autopilot to recorrect vessel. Advise crew to take up emergency positions. No, fuck the autopilot. 4,000 credits docked from crew pay package for failure of navigation staff. Oh shit, we're we're losing the money as well. Why are the other workers getting docked for my revenge? Okay, so I guess we gotta turn off the autopilot. Toady closet. Oh, there's a key. Okay. Use the key. Let's go. Disengage autopilot. Yes. I'm sending us to our doom. Crash imminent. All right, let's go. Because, okay, like, so we're getting into the psychology already. Why would I do something like this? Like, we have to think about psychological pressure as having like quite a range, right? Like, it's not just about like, if you're a psychopath, you would just do something erratic and self-sabotaging like this, right? Like, if we have a certain range of intense like emotions, over time, things are gonna happen that cause us to like lessen and lessen that range. It's gonna cause us to sort of push in And it makes us feel very trapped, right? When we're like kind of stuck in a limited emotional range. And so like, I imagine that our character, whoever we are, probably has like a normal psychological range with like lots of, you know, emotions that they can feel. But something has happened. We've been pushed to our limits, right? And like, this is a very suffocating feeling. And it pushes us to extreme behaviors. And so this is why you might, like, we look at people who commit, you know, serious crimes or, you know, do horrible things, and we hear these stories about like, oh, but they were just a normal person. And it's like, yeah, like, not all people who do horrible things have to be like psychopathic or have like no empathy. They, whether for good reasons or not, experience something that impacts their ability to access things on the fringe, right? Like their empathy for other people. And so whatever happened to us, whether the people deserve it or not, we're gonna fuck them up. We're gonna fuck them up real good. With an asteroid. Love the vibe here as well. Giddy Up Galaxy. Must be the Pony Express. Must be Polly. Polly the mascot. Where are our crew members? I love the, like, it's just like the same poster all over the place. Like, it's not exactly like workplace decor, like natural. It feels a little bit more like, I don't know, propaganda or something, because we're we're in a tin can. And don't you feel safe with Polly the pony? Shit. Something eerie is going on. Like, who put this shit up here like this? It's bizarre. Can't get that way. So we're gonna find out what happened to us, who did what, to make us go to such an extreme length to be understood, right? That first statement, I hope this hurts, that's not like the kind of statement where I'm thinking like, oh, there's no emotional attachment to what's going on. Like I said, there's a lot of emotion behind this. It's not a lack of empathy. It's an extreme deficit of it. And I want these people to understand. I hope it hurts them for whatever reason. Or maybe we're crazy. We could also just be crazy. That's just my guess. Okay. Did I go the wrong way? No. No, no. No, I don't want to do that. I just don't want, I don't want to do that. Polly? What do you want from me, Polly? Okay, I gotta push forward. What's up? Okay. I'm not scared. I'm in control. I'm in control here, okay? This is my mission. I'm driving us towards the asteroid. I'm in control. Okay. The fuck is going on? Get me out of here. What the fuck is going on? Who put this here? Why am I stuck? Okay. Oh, fuck. 2 months after the crash. Anyone else would do the same thing. So we survived. We ain't touching the damn cargo. The hold is locked down for a reason. The only thing worse than dying slowly is not getting paid. I guess I can't disagree. But it could be something useful, I think. Could be what? Hopes, dreams, marzipan? Ha! Anya, you don't have to... Jimmy, if it helps us survive, it's worth it. Daisuke. Man, Pony Express bosses really aren't chill at all, huh? Come on, a quick look won't hurt. How exactly is this group therapy committee planning on getting in there? Oh shit, this game is made for me. No, right here, boss. Looking at the meanest swing of the regional junior baseball team. Straight up nearly corked a kid once. I can take the utility axe and... You were goddamn born fully corked. Jimmy, that's enough, Swansea. There has to be an in case of emergency way inside. If I remember correctly from the safety protocols, the doors should have an alternate access code, but it can only be uncovered using a code scanner device. And only the captain has access to the scanner. Of course, go ahead and ask him all about it then. Maybe he'll sing you the blues too. We don't need him if we find the scanner. Get the code and open the hold. For better or worse, I'm captain now. I guess that means there's only 4 of us now. I'll figure it out. Right on. Okay, we need to find the code scanner. So this is post-accident.
Polly says, "Are you working hard? How hard are you working?"
I think I'm working pretty hard, Polly. Sleep is the best rest after a long day of work. Earn that rest. Don't overdo it or fall behind. Do not indulge in over 5 hours of rest. I'm getting a little bit of a mixed message from you, Polly. You know, Polly makes it kind of seem like work is supposed to be fun. It's not that fun though, is it? I'd be dead without this thing. Never thought I'd be thankful for Pony Express grub. Okay. This machine was empty even before the crash. Got no coffee. Okay, this is really a dire situation with no coffee. Looks like it'll be soup again for dinner. You want a rock, paper, scissors for the chicken noodle? How much food do we have left? I'd say like 4 months. Less than the remaining air supply, but we can make it last. In theory. We'll be starting to poke new holes in our belts pretty soon to pull that off. Man, my mom will straight up stuff me when I get back. I'll look like Swansea. Or Swansea? I don't know. Someone correct me in the comments. We'll have, we'll go with Swansea. We'll have a rad story to tell though. They might even write articles about us. We could be on TV. It's nice to see that Daisuke is like, hopeful that we're not all going to die here. It'll impress the ladies too. Hell yeah. The real problem is us running out of toilet paper. Fatal stuff, man. We should leave that part out of the press. Yeah, it's very optimistic for you to assume that we are ever getting home. Okay. So we need to figure out how to get that code, right? What the fuck happened here? Is this like, maybe like, as we crashed into the asteroid, there was like atmospheric pressure issues or something in the hull, and this stuff is like goo that seals off the breaches, maybe? Something like that? I could see that. I could imagine that. All right, Swansea, what do you got for me? Click your face. Ain't you supposed to be figuring out our great cargo robbery? Why are you standing out here? None of your goddamn business. Everything is my business now because of Curly. I don't want to keep having this conversation. Right, Capitano. I'm working. Blue-collar fools can't afford to stop working, even when the machine does. Go figure. And before you start, I'm taking a break. Don't you worry, I ain't going over my break time allowance. Ha! Working on what? How does it look in there? It's a solid wall of foam. I'm trying to see if I can break it down enough to get something useful out. Any of my tools. But if I breach that foam and break the air seal, it's lights out for all of us. Yeah, okay, so I was right. I ain't letting anyone else mess around in there. Even Daisuke, he's your intern. Or he's supposed to be helpful. You think I'm letting that knucklehead in here after the crash roughed it up? Our so-called nurse nearly skewered her leg when the vent hatch was open during maintenance. And that was before the crash. I warned her, but it's in one ear and out the other. Then there's the teeny bopper thinking only with his downstairs long nose. Just like my useless kids back home. So no, I ain't letting anyone mess around in here. Okay. All right, Swansea. Keep me updated. So we're now their, like, supervisor. This is going to be, like, an interesting platform to discuss, like, workplace dynamics and, like, psychology in that setting. Something that is pretty evident is that, like, we were not the leader of this mission. We've become the leader because, like, chain of command, whatever happened to the old captain. And it's always an awkward thing when you are, like, colleagues or equals with someone, and then suddenly you're, like, in charge of them, right? And maybe this wasn't the plan in this case, but even when it is planned, there's a certain amount of, like, boundary resetting that you have to do, right? Like, because with your colleagues, people in certain similar circumstances, you might have a very, like, sort of open boundary that looks like that with them, where, like, you both have, you know, like, open exchangement about how you feel about things, about how you feel about the workplace culture, like how bullshit everything is, who's annoying. Like, you're gonna have more open boundaries with people who you are at a certain, like, level with. But then you're going to need to develop much more rigid ones if you're suddenly that person's, like, boss, their supervisor, right? Or maybe you're still the employee, right? And someone becomes your supervisor, and it can feel a little bit like, hey, why aren't you as friendly with me anymore? Well, because now the boundary is a little more rigid. It's a little more one way. I expect a lot of information from you as my supervisee, but less information coming out this way. And also what I think about people. Like, it wouldn't be appropriate for me to now tell Swansea what I think of Daisuke, right? Unless I'm speaking, like, about, like, a role-specific task that he needs to do. And that's an awkward thing to do, to be in that position. Like, it seems awkward for the employee because it's like, oh, this person I was close with now seems more shut down, but it's equally as awkward for this person who, they're losing something too. They're losing that, you know, affinity with people they were close with, and they have to dial up their composure maybe a little bit more. So it's putting us in kind of an awkward position, I imagine. We're still kind of close with Daisuke. Like, that conversation was quite casual. Like, we may have something that looks a little more like this, where it's like, okay, related to, like, operations and stuff. Like, I have to be, like, boss Jimmy, you know, and maybe this is a little bit more rigid in places, but, like, also, you know, we're still friends, more so than myself and Swansea, it seems. So, like, the boundary setting is a little less rigid, but there may be times where I have to step into this role or step back into this, right? And you have to be a little more fluid with how you present to people in different contexts. And that can be very confusing. Like, while we're just shooting the shit and having coffee, like, you know, maybe I'm quite open with someone, but then, like, when we're working, I have to be a little more like this, and you know, less of my personality influencing our dialogue and more of, like, my role specific stuff. And that can be kind of jarring if you're not communicating that, like, hey, all it takes is, you know, sitting down with the team and saying, hey, like, you know, with this role change, there's going to come times where I need to communicate differently with you. As long as you level set it, right? Okay, this looks like someone having a very bad time. Well, I think if this is who we were in the beginning, you got your wish. It looks like it really hurt. What are we doing to help this person? He doesn't want to keep still anymore. What about the painkillers? It just hurts him so much. I can't stand the noise. You did make it through nursing school, right? Pony Express sure does know how to cut corners, if nothing else. Damn, Jimmy! Oh, poor Anya. I was thinking, we never went back into the cockpit after we dragged him out. It's almost entirely foamed up. Kind of a miracle. Curly didn't end up fossilized. Okay, that must be Curly. But it could still be used, unstable. I just think, well, it's the only place the code scanner could still be. Otherwise, we're shit out of luck. I'll take a look. I know you'll figure it out, Jimmy. You're so capable. Oh, also, well, I was hoping you could help me with Captain Curly. Right, sorry. With Curly's medication. Oh, okay, so Jimmy's like, hey, whoa, slow down there, Anya. I'm the captain now. Doesn't look like Curly's in shape to lead this vessel. People have to be worth their titles. Don't you think, Nurse Anya? Oh my god. Okay, so we're like a fucking asshole in this game. Yeah, forget it. I'll take care of it. Okay, so let's come back to this idea, right? Clearly with Daisuke, we have a preference where we remained more friendly with them, but because we are not feeling that Nurse Anya is up to the task of being a nurse, we're like much more rigid, right? Like to the point that we afford her less empathy, and I'm starting to think Jimmy's maybe a little too satisfied with this his ascension into the captain role. Okay, that's interesting. These are all we have left. Let's check the painkillers. $10 milligrams of oxycodone, extended release capsules. The good stuff. Okay, let's use the painkillers. His mouth is closed. I guess we're going in. Oh. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. But I'm gonna do it. Hold still, yeah. Okay, yeah, me neither, Jimmy. Like I said, I don't like this any more than you do. You know what they say. What do they say, Jimmy? Pain is how we know we're still living. Oh my god. All right, well, first I had to get into the mindset of Curly. How do I want to make this hurt for people? Now I have to get into the mindset of Jimmy. I guess I'm invested in making people feel pain as well. To make sure they realize they're still alive or something. That's what a good boss does. I can't bear to listen. Excuse me, sorry. No, you guys know I have like a thing for like, I don't know, like bodily sounds and stuff. Like, why do you keep recommending I play these games? This is just to torture me, isn't it? It's okay, Brady. It's about facing your fears. I really wish it wouldn't make me do that. Well, I can't just leave it open. Okay. All right, that was tough. But we're the boss now. I have to be a strong leader. This vent has been busted forever, at least according to Swansea. Probably beyond wrecked now. Okay. So if I'm a brand new captain and Curly's out, Jimmy's in, and I'm thinking about like this dire situation, all of our crew is feeling like we're fucked. We're beyond fucked. We've got Daisuke absolutely drowning in copium that we'll even survive this. We've got Anya feeling very much like responsible for some of the problems that we're facing medically, and unfortunately Jimmy is reinforcing those problems. Checking her on her nurse title even. What we're trying to do, maybe not exactly the healthiest way, is we're trying to motivate. And we're trying to motivate as a leader, okay? And how might we motivate as a leader? Well, there are two perspectives that we can bring to this. And I think I know which one we are. You can be kind of a funnel as a leader where all of the problems that come into the picture of the operation or whatever, you as the leader find ways to funnel them down to your employees, right? Like you take top level issues that you're basically responsible for and you press them upon your employees. And I'm sure many of you have experienced this when you have your fucking boss like emailing you like because he's in trouble about something or he's concerned about something, and now it's your responsibility, right? Because like it's being bypassed. Like I'm just a filter. I'm just here to communicate the problem to you. Like poor Anya. You can even see that we've bought into that because we're like, yeah, actually I'm the captain now. The captain's not really supposed to care about this. I'm not supposed to provide painkillers, but you know what? You're so incompetent at your fucking job, Anya, that I guess I'm going to have to open this man's mouth and stuff them in, because that's what a responsible leader does. Unfortunately, leaders like this, they do convince themselves that that is an effective way to lead. So you can be a funnel. And you can also be more of an umbrella. And an umbrella leader tends to... Not so bad. Okay, let's do like... There's your umbrella. The umbrella leader does not want the employees to feel, right, like they have to... stress about things that are outside of their expertise or their responsibilities. Like it's not in my job description. And so like a good umbrella leader will make sure that like you're protected from that, right? This could have been an opportunity for that. Like we could have been like, oh, Anya, I can see that you're disturbed. Let me do this because like, you know, I wouldn't tell you the job I wouldn't do or something like that, for example. And like you go rest. But no, we were like, actually, you're so bad at this that I have to do it. So that's kind of where we're at. So be an umbrella, folks. It's a lot healthier for the work dynamic. What is this? What is this? Yeah, you've got time to cry? I try to roleplay these games and get into the psychology of the character, but it doesn't make me feel any less bad about doing it. I'll put that aside for now. I have to be the kind of leader that Jimmy is. What the fuck is this? What are you doing sitting on the floor? We don't have a lot of painkillers left, but you still want to keep... Why do you think he did it? Does it matter? It kind of matters, Jimmy. What answer would make you feel any better? I have to believe that our worst moments don't make us monsters, Jim. I have to, even in his case. He tried to take us all down with him, Anya. The way I see it, there's 2 reasons to keep him alive at this point. Guess the important bit is that we all agreed to it, for one reason or another. I'm still feeling nauseous. I need a minute. Okay. I don't want to demonize Jimmy too bad. He has a justified point there, which is like Curly did this to us. There's a lot of pressure that comes with suddenly becoming leader, having to reestablish boundaries, having to be a role model, having to inspire and motivate and that sort of thing. But maybe we're just stumbling out of the gate. Maybe there's a chance for us to become a good leader. That would be a cool story to follow. I hope Jimmy doesn't decompensate and become more of an asshole. Has Swansea been like this towards you for your whole internship? That's just how he is, man. Didn't want a spud like me following him around for an entire year. This isn't really the internship experience anyone had in mind. Don't let him push you around too much. His bark is worse than his bite. He may be cranky, but he is legit a wizard of a mechanic. I was like, you rock. This is what years and years and years and years of experience looks like. I'm sure he appreciated that. Okay. So he's kind of like, he's kind of like under Swansea. Jimmy's now over everyone. I think what we're all trying to decide if we should kill Curly. Is that what we're doing? What does Swansea think of that? Still on my break. Bad back and all, yeah. Don't need no supervision, Captain. Okay. Anya. Thank you for helping with Curly. Did you find the code scanner? I hope it's still there. The cockpit is covered in foam. Not yet. Cockpit. Must be here. All right. Whoa, it is really foamed up, isn't it? What do we got here? Oh, it's code scanner. Open the cargo hold. Okay. Use to reveal access codes across the toolbar. Okay. Oh, okay, so we can... Ah, the secret information. Okay, right. I need to protect this information from the rest of the crew. I'm an umbrella. Usually... Usually the funnel leader thinks that they're being an umbrella. This is to protect you, that I hold all the knowledge. I wouldn't want to compromise my ability to lead by incentivizing you to think that you are all equals to me. Well, get it on with. This is all you. I want it duly noted that I had no involvement with this. Okay. What do you think of this? What do you guys think we've been shipping? If it's spare parts, maybe me and Swansea can repair the ship and we can get out of here. Right, Swansea? Quit yapping. Damn. Are we doing the right thing? Let it be medicine, food, or water. Okay. Let's see here. Is the code, like, around here somewhere? Oh, okay. There it is. There we go. All right. Let's see what's inside. Ah, the sweet shipment. The fuck? What just happened? 7 days before the crash. Before the crash. So we're going back. Are you listening? Yeah, damn, I'm so sorry. Couldn't sleep again. But I passed the psyche eval. Oh shit! Maybe I was right. Something's wrong with Curly. Well, you gave the same answers as last time. I do wish you'd open up a little more, Captain. These evaluations aren't just about you. As long as I'm fit to fly in your eyes, Anya. Oh, stop it. Guess that means I only have one more eval left to do. Jimmy? He acts as if I do these things for fun. Then I have to make a report with things like, I have found myself sexually excited at the sight of cartoon horses. Well, I could take it off your hands. Really? I've known him a long time. He won't try any bullshit with me. I suppose you are the captain. I am the captain. Thank you. What a relief. Oh, before I forget, Swansea asked me to give you this. They can't expect me to perform miracles. Okay. Not sure what it means, but sounds like fun. Good luck, Captain. Okay. Kind of like I was saying, right? It seems like maybe Curly was actually more of the umbrella type. Like, something happened to him. Because he was like, I'll go confront Jimmy for you. Like, this is distressing to you, even though it's your role. And I respect that you know how to perform your role. But like confronting another coworker is not a part of being a nurse. Let me do that because I'm the boss. Like, that's what my responsibility to you is. Like, this kind of person acts, their perspective is like, I work for you. Like, that's what I do. I take on a leadership role so that I may do all the bullshit that surrounds your role so that you can come in and, like, you don't have to worry about doing someone else's job, or you don't have to worry about doing the job that you were supposed to do yesterday. Like, to me, that's what a good leader does. That's how I've operated whenever I've been in that sort of role. When I've been in charge of, like, clinical operations, like, because I'm a therapist, but I also, like, do some management stuff sometimes. And, that's always been my priority, is like, how can I make the people around me feel like when I come into work, everyone can be on task and be autonomous, right? The better you are at this, the more people are able to be autonomous. They don't need a ton of supervision. They don't need micromanaging, right? They feel capable and satisfied doing the stuff that they are equipped to do and enjoy doing. But when you act like this, when you try to funnel problems to people, you're asking them to step outside their range of expertise, their comfort zones. They can become resentful, shut down, less effective at their natural role. Like it's pretty bad. And it comes down to not being willing to take responsibility. This is, I work for you as your boss. This is, you work for me as my employee. All right, looks like let's get a third person view of ol' Jim. And this is like kind of whiplash for roleplay because I'm now like multiple characters across multiple points of time. So now I have to step into the pathos of psychological break Curly and engage with pre-leadership Jimmy and see him from an outside perspective. It's fine. Where's old Jim at? Must be Jim. Jim? And Pony Express said they don't provide onboard entertainment. Feels like there's always something broken in that room. Tulpar's starting to show her age. Passed the inspection, right? Shouldn't be an issue. Plus, they added Daisuke last minute. Didn't account that there'd be 5 of us now. I really should have made a bigger stink about that. Maybe you should intervene. Or we could just close the door. Your call. Yes, as completely building on the idea, like there's the signs that Jimmy is more like, let's just close the door. Like, I don't want to take responsibility for this, and maybe you shouldn't either. But no, we're a good leader. We'll come in, we'll do some conflict resolution. Wow, Jimmy was just gonna let Daisuke fucking be consumed by the foam. Damn. Well, I can see the issue. The kid was brought on just to make me suffer. Intern my ass. Swansea is sort of like, yeah, also an extreme version of this. Like, really funneling the problems down to Daisuke. Probably because, like, he thinks that, well, for Daisuke to learn, he has to be in the shit, right? But again, encouraging autonomy and allowing people to safely expand their boundaries of what they can do and feel effective at is like better for long-term motivation. I was just trying to fix the vent. How did that trigger the emergency foam? Because you're talented in all the wrong ways. I would have dealt with this, but only you can unlock the axe case. Every goddamn thing has to go through you. I'll handle it. Hang in there, Daisuke. I think I got it. Yar! Hang in there, yeah? Okay. This is very interesting. I'm very curious to see what happened. What happened to Curly? Like, Curly knows something that in the future, after the crash, that we currently don't. He learned something in the moment we are now that caused him to do something, and now he cannot tell us. And maybe someone on the crew is happy with that. Maybe someone is invested in Curly not saying why he did it. Maybe someone wants Curly to seem like a madman. Seems like Swansea is teaching Daisuke the basics. He's got a long way to go. Okay, this is the engineering room. Emergency cryogenic pods. They have about 20 years of backup power, okay? Hopefully we don't have to use them. Oh, there's the axe. Captain access only. Ah, shit. We need the fucking thing, right? Boom. What do we got? 2609. Take the axe. I will solve this problem. Can't use this here. Okay. Can I use it now? Yes. Chop. 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 Problem solved. Youch. Oh, strong stuff, huh? Get it through your goddamn skull. That vent is strictly off limits. Fully fucking collapsed inside. You're looking to get impaled, electrocuted, and cooked? Certainly not cooked. Yeah, but like, you can't fit in there to fix it, right? So I can totally handle it. Captain, give me the axe. Swansea. This could have damaged the pods. You can't let something like this happen again. Yeah, I got it, loud and clear. Keep the axe until you've cleaned this all up, yeah? So here's another great point in Curly's favor as a leader is how we give feedback to people, especially as leaders, or just in general, matters, right? It's very unhelpful to give someone feedback by saying like, you know, coming in here and being like, wow, it looks like there's a lot to be done in here. I really hope someone gets to that, right? That's very like passive and not direct. And I'm also not giving clear direction on what I want done. I'm just like, fix it, right? Like that's really bad leadership. Feedback should be immediate. So not like, remember 3 weeks ago when the lab was all covered in foam? Yeah, why didn't you fix that? But no, it should be like, hey, the lab is covered in foam right now, right? It should be firm. So it should not be like kind of half in, half out. Like it should be very direct. Like this is your responsibility to do this. It should be clear, right? Please don't allow this to happen again. Exactly like we just said to Curly. It should be firm, but also calm. Like the second we lose our composure, we lose respect and we lose that leadership quality. So like Curly didn't yell at him and say like, I never want to see you do this again. Like that's kind of what Swansea is doing. And it's creating like an avoidance from Daisuke, right? For Curly, like he's being immediate, like right as the problem is happening, give the feedback, be firm about it, be calm. This is your responsibility. Please make sure this doesn't happen again. And it's clear. It's not like vague. It's like, you know, you should fix all of this, right? And something that you also don't necessarily want to do when you're being firm is supply them with outs. Like if an employee shows up to work and they're late, there's no problem with being late. Healthy work balance, right? But like, let's say it's becoming a problem and you actually do have to give someone feedback on it. You don't really want to say something like, hey, so like, you haven't been coming in on time for like the last month every day. Like, what is it? Is there just too much traffic on your route? Like, are you not getting out of bed early enough, right? Because if I say that stuff, what I'm essentially doing is I'm telling you what excuses I'm willing to believe. And the person can be like, yeah, traffic's crazy on this route, right? Like I've just supplied you with like your own out to that. It would be very appropriate just to say, hey, look, you know, it's important that you show up on time. Your shift starts at this time. Your work matters to everyone around us, and we do our work better when you're on time, and you know we can work around that. Like this is a bit positive reinforcement. Like not just you being late is bad, but like we all do better when you're on time, right? Like that's more positive reinforcement. It makes people feel needed and wanted and desired, and not like undesired and rejected and incapable. And this is not a teachable moment for Daisuke. This is like a shameful moment, because not only does Swansea not encourage him to do better, he just discourages him from doing what he did, and is like actively almost threatening him. Like it's not a great relationship. Supervisor, supervisee. Let's see what this have to say. It's okay to be big, boss. My Gramps was super huge, and he lived until like 60. I like Daisuke. What are you standing around for? Clean this mess up. Yeah. Funnel guy. You clean this shit up. Right? What does Jimmy think about this? I take it Anya diagnosed you with being sane then. Interesting. Just off center, but it's what keeps me on my toes. I said I'd do yours. I want to hear all about those cartoon horses. Is that something you were born with or a recent development? All right, shut up. Let's go to the cockpit. Okay. Interesting. These dynamics are fascinating. To the cockpit. Let's see what Jimmy's up to. What the hell? This is like taking way longer than it did before. What's happening? This isn't the cockpit. And what happened to the sound? Curly? What's happening, Curly? Are you okay? I swear to fucking God, if I get another poly jump scare, I'm gonna lose it. What the fuck? What am I supposed to do? Do I jump off? Do I just go? I don't think Curly's okay, actually. I'm in a sea of blood. Oh. It is beautiful in this nightmare, though. Team? Jimbo? Anyone? Anya? What's going on? What's happening to me? What is that? What the fuck was that? The void is churning. Sounds like a siren call. What the fuck is that? Oh, Curly, what did you do? Oh, no. We're decompensating. We're decompensating. Emergency warning. Come on, come on. There's the sun. The sun will save me. The sweet flames of fire. Burn me away from this nightmare. What is that? Is it a safe? A door? My exit? I'm free. I'm free. I'm so close. I'm just a moment's escape. Oh. What the fuck? Okay. I'll just brush that one off for now. Could be anything. Could just be some rank coffee I drank in the lobby there. Jimmy? What do you have to say about that? You can't just make something up for this? It's not like these evals ever go anywhere when we get back. We'll power through it. Have you been able to complete your mandated tasks as co-pilot efficiently and to your fullest capacity? Oh, we're doing some rounding. Let's see, or like a performance review. Side note, this is just like, okay, this will playthrough may bring out some of my own work trauma. Like, I once had a performance review where my boss was going through like, my effectiveness as a clinician and like, how is my conflict resolution with clients in the program? How is my documentation? Do I work on time? How am I as a cooperator with other staff? Like all kinds of stuff. And every single thing was like, below expectation, meets expectation, exceeds expectation. And many of them were like exceeds expectation, and the rest were like meets expectation. But they decide at the end of our little evaluation that this might reflect badly on them if they don't put anything in there that says that they're like working on something with me. Like they were like, I can't just hand this in and say that you're like good at everything. I have to put some things as like, needs work so that, I can show that I'm not like letting you just do whatever you want, which is what they were doing. Because guess what? I do my work, like I was doing it fine and better than fine. Right. But no, they insisted we put some things, and they asked me like, which ones would you be okay with me putting like needs development? And I was like, this is fucking bullshit. And this puts you in a really awkward position because like your values as a person make you want to tell this person to like fuck off, right? Like, but as an employee, you don't want to appear too resistant to feedback, right? Because this is someone who holds your future in their hands, your livelihood. And so I was like, yeah, why don't you put that, I could work on prioritization because I get really locked into a task and, can be a bit of a perfectionist with it. I tried to give them something that was like kind of a backhanded compliment to myself. It's like, oh, I really care about my work almost too much. And so I need to improve prioritization, whatever the fuck you want to put in there to make you feel better about giving your boss your report about me that says you did something. That left me feeling very sour about the whole thing because I realized that the performance review was not actually to evaluate my performance. It was to evaluate theirs as a middle manager. And that's fucking stupid. That's all of them, done and done. How are things otherwise off the record? I like it. We're in control here. Didn't think you'd ever take to being a freighter pilot as well as you have. What with how you struggled back on Earth. Sure, all I ever hear is how great of a leader you are. Is there a little bit of envy there, Jimmy? Honestly, it's kind of annoying. There is. So what is it? How come it always seems like you're standing on the edge of a bridge with your feet in cement? Lately, I've just been thinking, is this enough? Should I just stay here because I've been successful at it? A good long-haul freighter captain. And that's bad? That's what I'm saying. It's not. But it's terrifying. I think, am I figured out? Is this all I'll ever be? Or do I take the risk and try something new? Even if I'm bad at it. I could tell that Curly is a good leader because he does have the humility to not be afraid to be seen as flawed, much like my old supervisor did not. They wanted to seem like they were performing at their job. Their focus was on their own performance and not on, am I being a good role model for the employee in front of me who I'm supposed to be motivating, potentially even to motivate to a position of my own. And now I have a position much like theirs, and I promised I would never do something like that because I didn't like how it felt. I guess I get it. You reached the highest rung on this ladder, so now you're thinking you might be on the wrong ladder altogether. Oof, and those visuals of the ladders like crumbling in our nightmare. Oh, this is all coming together. Still a long way down from the top, no matter how you look at it. While I'm still climbing and climbing. Something like that. But hey. You know I believe in you. Here. On Earth. Doesn't matter. You should write that on the psych eval. Message incoming. Oh no. The big guys themselves. Guess I'm my cue. I'll see you later. Okay. This is where we're going to pause for now. We have established multiple points in the storyline, and we're all trying to piece together now what happened, what pushed Curly, who does seem to be a genuinely good leader, and also I would say a good person, with some flaws, some genuine flaws that makes him relatable. What pushed him to do something extreme like we saw at the beginning? We come back to what I was talking about. Something happened to Curly that, whether it was like his own perception, like are we hallucinating? I don't know. Or did someone do something that we felt like the only way to protect ourselves is to crash? I don't know. We genuinely don't know. But Curly would not, with his full emotional range, do something like what we did. We're going to see this over time, right? And I'm looking for what the steps are to find that. And then we have Jimmy, who is clearly somewhat envious of Curly's role, perhaps even covetous. And we'll see what happens, what pushes Jimmy into that role. Clearly, he's got some ideas about how things should be different. I'm excited to see where this goes. Once again, I just want to say thank you to the community for recommending this to me. You guys have been like basically giving me perfect, like games that are perfect for me to analyze, that like bring together all of my interests. I love science fiction. I specifically love sci-fi horror and stories about people trapped in situations that bring out their worst qualities and having to solve them under lots of stress. Like it's perfect for psychological critique and exploration. I love the lo-fi aesthetic. I love the way that we're engaging. I love the way the narrative is going. The dialogue is perfect. Like this is all just coming together so nicely. So thank you. I'm super excited to continue the series and see where we go to next. But for now, thank you for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Take care.